checked out CEREZA and the Lost Demon, the demo on the Nintendo Switch. No one's talking about this, so I thought, why not talk about it? Prequel to Bayonetta, how does that work? Do we even need a prequel to Bayonetta? I think to myself, how could a game like Bayonetta get a prequel? It's just an action, over-the-top action-adventure game, but it looks like they're trying to build this world out and build the characters and the story out. I love characters and story. I love it. So I'm all for it, and I decided to check it out. And I'll tell you right off the bat, I love the way that the game and the presentation is done. It's almost like this storybook pastel painted watercolor world where they draw the character in. The colors are incredible, and I like the way the story is told. I like this art style, and I like the animation. The animation is really strong when you pay attention to it. Little things, little subtle, minute details. The way that CEREZA puts her hands down on something and pushes herself up. You get a sense that she's really pushing against something. There's weight to it, and I like that. I like the idea that you're meeting characters, you're learning about the backstory. You're learning about her and her parents. They're sort of these two witches from different sects. Her father's from one sect, her mother's from another sect. Never the two shall meet. It's this union that's forbidden, and of course they have CEREZA, they have a child, and they are exiled in a way that you learn about in this demo. I don't want to ruin it, but you do learn some things about CEREZA's mother and her motivation early on in her, I guess, witch career. But I will say that much of the demo was spent walking around and literally doing things like pick up a pail of water and bring it to my teacher, or gather some herbs and bring them to my teacher. I'm not kidding. That's what I did in this demo. Something else about the demo that I found a little bit off-putting is the fact that there isn't much to the demo. There's tons of dialogue, tons of exposition, tons of character creating, and normally I love that. But with a demo, I want to get right into the meat and potatoes. I want meat. I said that in a sentence, and I'm never going to do it again. But that's what I want in a demo, and it takes so long to get that. Once we get there, though, I still have a little bit of questions and comments and a little bit of an issue with the overall style of gameplay. So it starts off essentially as a platformer, and you're moving through an environment. And how do you get through the environment? Well, you have to learn these dance moves, these spells that require CEREZA to dance just like she does in the Bayonetta series. And if you get those spells correctly, then platforms appear and you can traverse through the level. Now, there's this odd mini game to the gameplay early on using these spells where you have to sort of time a circular pattern with the left or right stick in order to get those platforms to appear. And while you're doing that, CEREZA is dancing, so you have to time it correctly. It's almost like a rhythm-based platform game. And once that happens, you're able to traverse through the level. Here, early on, you're just moving through the level. Your friend up there on the top right of the screen will do some dance moves for you, and platforms will appear, I guess, sort of early on, setting you up for the type of gameplay that you're going to have to take on yourself. There she is dancing, and a magical platform appears, and you simply move. She auto jumps and auto climbs on everything. So all you're doing essentially in the early part of this demo is pressing up or down or left or right with the stick. Don't forget I collected water and I collected herbs, and now I'm simply moving through a level that my friend is creating for me. Compelling gameplay. No, not yet. Graphically, again, highly stylized. Love the art style. Animation is fantastic. But once we actually get to the meat, I said meat again, damn it, the meat of the gameplay, well, that's where, again, I start to have a little bit of an issue. So here's that gameplay of me fetching water and fetching herbs and bringing them back to my teacher. Now, essentially, if you've ever played a game called Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons, this is what this gameplay eventually evolves into in the demo. I'm not going to show it to you here. I don't want to spoil anything for you in case you want to go and play the game yourself. But essentially, you have a left stick and a right stick, and the left stick is CEREZA, and the right stick is your demon, and you're controlling them both at the same time throughout a level simultaneously while trying to solve puzzles with each of them. so it can become incredibly disoriented. It is exactly like that game that I mentioned, Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons. If you've played that game, you know what to expect here. And it's such a departure from Bayonetta that I think many people are going to go into this and not really get that sense that they're playing a Bayonetta game or even a prequel to Bayonetta. This could be any other game not called Bayonetta, but because it has that tagline attached to it, it just feels at odds with itself in terms of what it's trying to do, the gameplay, and just the story in general. And when you get to the gameplay, it's just like the dance moves. You have to time it correctly, and you can pull off some moves. You can slow down time. You can freeze things. Not too sure about this one, guys, based on the demo. Love the art style, and I'm seeing people say they like it. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Next up is something that came out of nowhere. They demonstrated gameplay from the new Robocop game coming, and I think it looks absolutely incredible. Who saw this coming? Who knew that we needed to play as Robocop in a game? But I think it looks absolutely amazing. Walking around New Detroit City, cleaning up the streets as Robocop. They've got all of the sound effects from the movie, even those telltale foot stomps as he walks through the city. I love the fact that it's in first person, and I love the targeting system. Everything's pulled right out of that original movie. The only thing that I don't like about this is the voice of Robocop. Very generic, trying to sound like this. It just doesn't work, but everything else feels like the Robocop game that we've always wanted. Right here, knocking on the door, slamming it open, and then using that targeting system pulled right out of the movie. I cannot wait to play this. Watch this as you walk down the hallway. They start unloading on Robocop, and of course, the bullets just bounce off. Boom, boom, and you're just going crazy in this game. I cannot wait to play this game. Who knew that this game was going to look like this, feel like this? I love this time period when it comes to movies. I love this time period when it comes to games, and I cannot wait to check out Robocop, the game. Let me know what you think about CEREZA. Let me know what you think about Robocop. This demo that they showed in particular, I think looks phenomenal. Thanks for watching. Think about liking and subscribing. And I'll see you all in the next video.